Okay, and we're back. So we're almost done. Uh, so they were again, like I said, they're just saying like, my child is having so much fun here, seeing fresh air, free space. Like it's not so crowded as India. And yeah, we're telling everyone back in India, even the simplest things like my daughter saw snow for the first time. Oh, my daughter like looked out at the stars, like something even as simple as that.
Okay.
Yeah. Last sentence.
But that's not quite right. That home is no longer Delhi or
Delhi.
India, Delhi or India. It is not here in Saskatchewan.
Yeah,
Saskatchewan.
Saskatoon. So, well, it's still Saskatchewan. Saskatchewan, Saskatoon.
Saskatchewan.
Um, yeah, basically they said here, right? Calling our family at home, right? Talking about India, but they're like, wait a minute, India is not home anymore. Saskatoon is home. That's all they're saying. Yeah. Um, so yeah, that's a very similar story that you're going to have. How do you think your children will handle moving to Canada? Similar story. Will they be excited about the snow, excited about stuff, or not
Yes.
so much?
I plan the next year nearest the lunar year. I take they go to watch snow. Another comments they love watch snow. Same to your daughters born the Vietnam. We born the here. When my daughters born here, no snow. Always sun. Always air cold. Always use a fan. They don't look at ice. They don't look at snow. Maybe they are interesting and very hoping.
Okay. Uh, I guess I'm curious on when it comes to your children, right? Are they going to come in April with you, or would they be coming a bit later? How does that work with you, I guess?
uh, Now I don't understand. Just the I ask the company. They say just the list no uh, no you can no time. Maybe Canadian the government get your work permit, okay, and your daughters wait to you, okay. Maybe together, make permit is okay. Maybe late, maybe early, maybe together. So I ask the company. They say anybody no same. Or somebody faster, somebody no slowly, somebody together. Okay, so I say
Okay.
okay, I'm waiting, waiting to my national national. When I get the list, okay, visit my daughters, my wife. I think together is okay lah. Together go here is okay. Just the my daughter's now 10 years old. I think early go here the school. He is good learning English. I think.
Okay. Well, I'm just curious because I've talked to a few different students, right,
Mm,
on how things work uh, for them when they move to Canada and stuff.
yeah.
And um, sometimes it's like just the mom and the child comes first. Sometimes it's just the dad that comes first, and then mom and the child come later. So I'm just
Mm.
curious on how you're going to handle it because, yeah, that's
Yeah,
pretty important.
always they you see the important China. They visit the Canadian travel visa. We talk about travel visa.
Yep.
Travel visa very difficult, and you can you have the work permit, and you have the PR or you have the national permits, permits national.
Hmm.
You can talk when you have the list. Three, you can talk about the government that you say, okay, I want to take my wife, I want to take
Okay.
my children. Okay, this okay. And you don't need the list now. No. Okay.
Okay.
You have
So,
the student in theoretically. Yeah, good. Good.
well, again, it like you mentioned before, it kind of changes depending on which place you're going to, right? Like if you are from going to Calgary or going to Regina or going to blah blah blah, it's going to be a different kind of thing, right? So basically, it like it's going to be a little bit different for well, two things will be different, I guess. It's going to be different depending on which country you're coming from, and it's going to be different depending on which area of Canada you're going, right? Like if I'm going to Toronto and I'm from Australia, it's going to be a lot different than going to Regina from China, right?
Oh,
So,
yes. Now
fair enough.
the Calgary have a lot of Chinese, and the Regina same.
Uh,
This year
yeah.
I look always they go to we say ocean for apartments. Newfoundland. We always say ocean palm for apartments. This year I always look they go to the ocean palmers.
Yep.
Uh, so
Not ocean, Atlantic, right?
at,
Atlantic. Oh,
at
we called them um, Mar- maritime provinces, which
the time.
means the
Oh, switch the
this.
China is the ocean. We just talk about ocean.
Oh, you say ocean, fair enough. But we also call it
Marine, marine.
Atlantic, Atlantic
Oh,
provinces, because if you say maritime provinces, that includes British Columbia, because British Columbia is on the ocean, but you're not talking about British Columbia. You're talking about this side of Canada, right? Because maritime, like you said, means ocean. So that would include British Columbia, uh, uh, Nova Scotia, Newfoundland and Labrador, PEI, and New Brunswick. But when you're talking about
before,
Atlantic Canada, that's the four, right?
remember before you talk about me, here no more people. Same to Saskatchewan, no more people.
No,
Uh,
Saskatchewan's bigger. Like that's how small those four are. Saskatchewan is bigger than these four.
Saskatchewan is big. I understand. Just you talk about me the uh Maritime farmers don't have the many people. So
Yeah.
now same to they this year they same to the Saskatchewan. You can wait in China and waiting your farmers farmers national and you can work permit. You can wait PR in China. I don't know why. Just
Now,
the
one place that is pretty big on the ocean is Nova Scotia. Uh, Nova Scotia is pretty good, but if you look at New Brunswick, Newfoundland, and Labrador, Prince Edward Island, it's like less than 1 million people in those ones. But Nova Scotia is 1 million, and Saskatchewan is 1,200,000. Right? So those are pretty similar sizes. And to be fair, for those two places, I know Saskatchewan's a big part, but generally speaking, everyone lives in one city, right? Like when you look at Manitoba's population or Saskatchewan's population, it's all in like two cities, right? For Manitoba, it's Winnipeg. For Saskatchewan, it's Regina and Saskatoon. That's like it, right? Um, Same with Nova Scotia. I believe it's Halifax.
Saskatoon,
Halifax
Saskatoon
is
the
like most
people
of the
is
people.
more. Saskatoon people is more little.
Yeah, just a little bit, right? 200,000 more
And
than Nova
Saskatoon
Scotia.
is rich little.
Uh, they're all about the same in the middle of Canada. Uh, Nothing crazy there.
Nothing.
Saskatchewan. Uh, yeah.
How many people in Saskatoon?
Um,
How much?
1.2 million.
1.2 million? Oh,
Not a lot.
and
The population was about but the population is rising. The total GDP, the per capita is higher than the top two richest. Okay. Yeah, Saskatchewan is some of the richest places
that's
in
one.
the country. Yeah. By cost of living, though. The way they calculate this is cost of living minus or no, sorry, salary minus cost of living equals rich or poor, right? That's kind of how they do it, right? And Saskatchewan is one of the highest because you get about the same salary as like Ontario or same salary as Alberta, but the cost of living is so low. So you end up getting more money. So you become richer in Saskatchewan. Yeah.
Oh.
Interesting.
In Saskatchewan, yeah. But in Saskatchewan, you not take kind of technology. Always farmers, famous farmers.
Well, you keep mentioning technology, but when you say technology, are you worried about the cities? Because, yeah, you're not going to find a technology job in Saskatchewan, but when you go to like Regina and Saskatoon, will just be a smaller version of like Fuzhou. Like, there's not like it's not like it's just farm country and we have is houses and we don't have like electricity and stuff. Like when you keep mentioning technology, I don't understand what you mean by technology because Saskatchewan will have the same technology as Toronto. The thing you're like, they won't have the jobs, but they'll have all of the like, they'll have all the plumbing stuff, they'll have all the fun stuff. Like, nothing wrong with that.
And Saskatchewan, Regina nears the U.S.
Uh, all of Canada is near U.S., but
Oh,
let's see. Let's look at the map.
what city? Cold or no? Very cold. Maybe U.S. The city is very cold.
No one lives south of Canada. South of this area of America, no one lives. No one lives here. More people live in Manitoba, Saskatchewan, Alberta than in Montana, North Dakota, Wyoming. All of these states have no people. So yeah, we're close to America, but there's no people here. No people.
U.S. no people live in here.
No. People live here. Like again, let's look at a USA population map.
Yes.
If we look at the population map, like where's a good one? Here's a good one. Or that's an old one. Sorry. Where is it? No. Come on. Where's the good map? Doesn't really show a good map here. Darn. But well, you can kind of see it, I guess. But generally speaking, when you look at this, like most people live here, no one lives here, right?
No people here.
Like again, look at the lights and stuff. Nothing here, right? People
Very
live here. So yeah, like people live here on the coast, and then people live up until like Illinois, Wisconsin, Missouri, Arkansas, Louisiana, and then down to Texas. Basically, this area people live, and this area people live. So from
Canada, the land is bigger, or the U.S. the land is bigger.
Canada's bigger. It goes Russia, Canada. Actually, I don't know. Top largest countries in the world. So it goes, yeah, Russia, Canada, United States, China, Brazil. Oh, and then Australia and India. Oh, okay, cool.
India. Oh, India
But
very big.
yeah, but well, China's fourth. China and America are basically the same size. Look at they're very close.
Mm.
Canada is slightly bigger than America, and Russia's just huge. Russia's like double the size of Canada. Like that's how crazy Russia is.
Oh, Russia. And okay,
Russia, look,
Russia same to
17 million. We have 10 million. America has almost 10. China almost 10, but Russia has 17. Like Russia's huge.
and Russia have the he same the US. They just unit have a lot of unit countries. Unit
Well, the
countries.
problem with Russia, like, let's look at Russia population map. Like, if you look at the population of Russia, look at this. It's all here. Everyone
Oh,
lives here, right? No one lives here. It's the same as Canada, same as
US
America,
is same.
uh, same as China. It's always the same, right? Like, so everyone lives here in Russia. China, everyone lives here, right? Along the coast. No one lives here, right? Uh, with America, everyone lives here. Everyone lives here. Nothing in the middle. Canada, everyone lives here and here. Nowhere else.
Mexico, no big, smaller country.
Mexico, everyone lives here, but no one lives up here or down here. It like there's a very big spot here near Mexico City. Like again,
US have the Mexico City.
yeah, Mexico City population map. It's all based around Mexico City. Like if you look at the population, everything Mexico City right here, all here. Nothing up here, nothing down here. That's just how Mexico is. It's all around Mexico City. Yeah, I don't know why, but yeah, that's just how population works. Because remember, population is going to be based around a few things, right? Number one, an area that has food, right? Because thinking 500 years ago, people would live there for food. Number two, water, so that you can trade or that you can drink. And number three, technological advancement. So, like, what do you think has the best technology in China? Is it Shanghai or is it in Mongolia, right? No, it's Shanghai, right? So, yeah, people just gravitate to that area, right?
Shanghai really expensive. Maybe expensive to Ho Chi Minh.
Oh no. Ho Chi Minh is cheap compared to like Vietnam is cheap. Vietnam is always cheap. Like I think in Ho Chi Minh,
United in Canada, which province, which city is very cheap? Yukon, white, but white.
no. Don't think the north. The north is not cheap.
No.
Um, it's because there's no roads there, right? So everything has to be flown in to get
Oh, no
food.
water, no water.
Well, there's water. The water's fine. It's the food and gas. It's like triple the price because they have to fly it in rather than drive it in, right? So gas will be like $5 a liter. Crazy. Um, food would like a loaf of bread in Toronto will be like $3. In Nunavut, it'll be like $10 for a loaf of bread. It's really bad. Um, Saskatchewan will probably be the cheapest. Saskatchewan, Winnipeg, so like Saskatoon, Regina, Winnipeg, Edmonton, those will be like the cheapest places that are cities.
Winnipeg cheap, I think.
Yeah, Winnipeg's pretty cheap, but they're cheap for a reason. Winnipeg's one of the most dangerous cities in Canada. Winnipeg and Windsor have the most drugs and crime of all of Canada because they're bordered with America and they're trading drugs and gang violence. Very dangerous. So Winnipeg and Windsor. Windsor is beside Detroit, right? Not Detroit's not very good, right? Which one is Winnipeg beside? I forget. It's Winnipeg and what? Winnipeg and St. Louis? No, can't be that. Maybe it is. It's huh? Minneapolis. Winnipeg is beside Minneapolis. So again, it's just about like drugs and gang violence. So that's why it's cheap. Winnipeg is cheap because it is less safe. Pretty simple.
Only cheap because it's
In fact, there's a news article today about 3
Oh.
dead and 2 injured in Winnipeg shooting 9 hours ago. Winnipeg shooting, 3 dead, 2 hurt. Yeah. So yeah, I don't recommend Winnipeg. Like, visiting Winnipeg, not that bad. There's normally not a lot of bad things that happen during the day. Like when you're visiting Winnipeg, no problem. Like I've done that a lot, no problem at all. The problem with Winnipeg is after nighttime. Nighttime is when all the gang violence happens.
They what news before or now?
Yeah, so like here.
Canada, which city is the safe? Very safe. Or which city is unsafe?
Well, so Winnipeg is not safe.
Winnipeg.
Winnipeg's Windsor. Yeah, Winnipeg, Windsor. Winnipeg and Windsor are the least safe cities in Canada. So if you stay away from these 2 cities, you're probably good.
Winnipeg and Windsor are very safe cities.
Yeah.
Oh. And which
So, like,
city is safe? BC, Vancouver.
for safe cities, you don't want the big cities because there's just too many people. There's going to be problems, right? Like, for example, there's just so many people there that there'll be other unsafe things like car crashes. There'll be other things. So, like for example, the safest cities will be Calgary, Ottawa,
Ottawa capital. Calgary.
Edmonton. Well, like think of, for example, in China, Beijing is probably one of the most safe cities because of the government is there, right? Like Shanghai is probably more dangerous than Beijing because Beijing's like, this is their capital. It better be safe here. Same in Canada. So Ottawa's safe.
No,
Kingston.
we in China, every city we very safe in China.
Well, remember with safety, be careful with that because safety involves everything. Like when I was in China, I got hit by a car. So like not everything is safe in China. When I say safety, I mean everything, not just crime, but like everything.
You lost the motorbike or something in China. We always look. In China, we died. Use a gun.
No, that's what I mean though. Like when I think of safety, I think of everything. So the cities that are really good are like Calgary, Ottawa, Edmonton, Kingston. These ones, they're not big enough that you have too many car crashes. There's no crime there. And so those are probably the best ones. The problem with Toronto and Vancouver is they're just so big, lots of car crashes. They're safe, like there's no like shootings and stuff, but they're just too big, too much cars. But yeah, Calgary, Ottawa, Edmonton, Kingston, very nice places. And again, the problem with Winnipeg and Windsor is similar to like border cities in general. Like a city beside the border, there's going to be criminals and stuff. Yeah.
Winnipeg nears the US, which city?
Minneapolis.
Minneapolis. Half of the people live in the here US.
Yeah. I don't know how many people. population. It's only 500,000. Only 500,000. Not a lot of people. Yeah, it's not big. But yeah. Again, the bigger issue for Canada and America when it comes to safety is more about like problem areas. If you stay away from these areas, you're normally fine. But yeah, like for example, an unsafe place for Vietnam and China is the border with Vietnam and China because there'll be gang violence and stuff. Same idea. The problem is basically think this: if you are near a border city, it is more dangerous because there will be gangs. Yeah. Any country in the world has this kind of problem.
Nearest border city dangerous because where the gang.
Yeah, whenever you're on the border, right, they have gangs for both countries, right? They always want to do something. Because, like, for example, I've heard in the north of Vietnam and Yunnan near Lao Cai, there's a few problems there, right? Like, it's just that kind of problem in every country. So if you're avoiding that, you're pretty good. That's why I said Edmonton and Calgary, even though they're near the border, no one lives in America below that area, right? I showed you there's no people there. So there's no gang violence because, yeah, we're near America, but there's no people there. So there's no gangs.
Maybe in the media, not near the US, not near the.
Well, no, they're close, but there's no people. Like,
no people.
Border cities with lots of people. That's the problem. Border cities with lots of people. That's the big problem. But with Edmonton and Calgary, they're border cities, but there's no people in America, so no problem. Same with Ottawa and same with Kingston. That's why they're quite nice. That's why my brother lives in Kingston. It's a super safe place.
Super safe in the here, super safe.
Now, I would say though, with Kingston, that's also where we put all our people. That's where the jail is, the prison. We put all the bad people there. And so it's super safe because they normally have the best police in the country. But yeah, because my brother lives right beside a prison. But that's okay.
I see.
Anyways,
okay. And you remember open the next Monday to Saturday the time? Saturday is morning, same this time, 9 to 10.
I'm opening it right now.
Okay. I see you soon. See you afternoon.
See you soon. Bye.